Hey everyone, welcome back and welcome to your new moon in Cancer watery yin practice. So the new moon in Cancer is such a beautiful union in our skies. The moon has come home in Cancer where she just feels so at home. The moon, Cancer is ruled by the moon. So this is such a gorgeous time to lean into all the properties of Cancer and all the properties and energy of our new moon. So our new moon in Cancer is really an invitation to pour back into ourselves. So Cancer is all for nurturing, nourishment, calling our energy back into ourselves and noticing where those leaks may have been happening, and the parallels at this time around resting, reflecting and turning inward and really journeying into our inner depths and journeying into our inner darkness, I suppose, is really in line with our new moon, where she is sitting in the darkness. She's taking time to rest, she's taking time to step away from the world and step away from being so outward. So Cancer season combined with the new moon is such a lovely time to really nurture and nourish ourselves. So this is a lovely time to set intentions around how we can nourish ourselves in more ways, how we can enhance and deepen our connections with our immediate loved ones, and how we can create and promote a feeling of safety and security and nurturing within our home environment as well. So these are some of the themes that we'll be exploring today within our practice. I'm just going to check my notes to make sure I've not missed anything of importance. Yeah, this is going to be an intuition boosting, but yet a soft moon. This is going to be like a soft landing for your body and your mind and your emotional body as well during this new moon. New moons are a period for rest and reflection, pulling your energy back into yourself. And the new moon is such a potent time to set intentions because we have a blank slate, we have the beginning of a new chapter, of a new cycle, and as we project our new intentions onto the new moon, the energy of the sun as it brings more light to the moon throughout the lunar cycle and the month is going to amplify those intentions and amplify the solutions that we might need, amplify and shed light on the things that we might need to do or let go of in order to get there. So the new moon is a gorgeous time to set new intentions as well. So let's go ahead and make a start in child's pose today. So turning to face the top of your mat, sit back on the heels, widen the knees any amount, and then walk your fingertips towards the short edge and let your forehead melt all the way down. If it doesn't reach the mat, that's okay. You might even grab a blanket, a block, or a cushion and pop it under the forehead if that feels good. You might even drop a blanket or a cushion underneath your sit bones here as well. Let's just take a moment to arrive in this space that we have carved out for ourselves today. Take a moment to call back your energy. Take a moment to observe where you've been giving too much of yourself. Can you use this time now to pour back inward? Let's take the deepest breath now that we've taken all day, filling up the belly, expanding the ribs and drawing that breath all the way up to the collarbones. And as you exhale, sighing it out. And then taking this opportunity to set an intention for your practice today, if that feels good. And then when you're ready, we're going to thread the right arm underneath the left arm and drop the right side of the head down in your thread the needle variation of child's pose. And as you settle here, I'd like to invite you to connect with this divine, feminine, watery energy that we see in the moon, but also in Cancer season. And as we begin to settle further into this practice, can you begin to surrender and let go of any ideas of how things should be, of where you should be? Can you begin to surrender to the moment exactly as it is? As the moon pauses in this darkness and stillness, can you too lean fully into your own depths and your own inner stillness? And then when you're ready, we're going to gently peel the right arm up from under the left and drop the left arm under the right this time. And the left side of the head comes down to the mat. And then just observing how things feel on this side. And every exhale, letting go of ideas of how things should be. Letting go of ideas of how things should feel. Just welcoming the moment exactly as it is. And taking a moment to notice where you might have been abandoning your own needs, your own wants, or your own desires. Where have you not been upholding your boundaries as you spend this time under the new moon for reflection? Maybe using this moment to notice where you need to give yourself a little bit of extra nourishing and TLC. And then when you're ready, we're going to bring the left arm up from under the right arm and walk your hands back towards tabletop. So bringing the knees underneath the hips, shoulders over the wrists, and we're going to tuck the toes and lift the hips up and back. Taking a really gentle downward dog here, bending the knees generously and taking a deep cleansing breath in as we continue to enjoy the benefits of our inversions here, bringing blood flow towards the crown of the head, bringing blood flow towards the third eye, to our intuitive center. Then begin to take a stroll to the top of your mat, just taking your time to arrive here, and begin to fold inward. Let the upper body completely melt here, relaxing the neck, the shoulders, bending the knees as generously as you need to feel comfortable here. And as you settle into your dangle pose, and as your heart and your knees draw closer together, can you give yourself full permission to come home to yourself? Can you give yourself full permission to prioritize your needs, wants, and desires? Taking another 3 to 4 deep cleansing breaths here, and if it feels good, you might even wrap your forearms around the back of the calves, as if you could hold yourself and give yourself that nourishment and nurturing, like the archetype of the mother of Cancer. Can you give yourself permission to hold this space to explore your inner depths? And then when you're ready, we're going to press the hands back to the mat and walk your feet slowly back into downward facing dog. You might like to take some intuitive movement here if that feels good, just really listening into the body, listening to the wisdom of our body as we begin to tap into our own inner compass, our own inner guidance system. And then when you're ready, we're going to gently drop the knees down to the mat and we're heading into Sphinx pose. So beginning to lower the hips down towards the mat, walk the elbows underneath the shoulders and spread the fingers wide. If your lower back feels uncomfortable here, you can turn the toes out into pigeon toe position. You can also bring your blanket or cushion underneath your chest to offer some more support here. And as we work our way out of Gemini season and further into Cancer season, we're coming out of what can be a highly sociable and quite mentally active time in our zodiac calendar. This is a lovely opportunity during Cancer season to come out of our mind and into our heart. Come out of our head and into our body. How nice to give our mind a little bit of a rest. And just to sit with our body and to sit with the sensations. To sit with whatever comes up for us in this moment. To trust what comes up for us is meant for us. To guide us. To remind us that we have all of the wisdom and answers within us. If you would like to explore a different version of this pose, you're welcome to turn the fingertips outwards and straighten the arms as you lift the chest, creating this lovely heart opening, breathing more space into your heart center. Can you bring your awareness into this space? Ask yourself maybe how you can lead more with your heart throughout Cancer season. Taking a final deep breath here. And as you exhale, gently lowering the elbows down. And then we're going to stack the hands above one another and drop your third eye down towards your hands, the area between the eyebrows. Cancer is highly intuitive, as is our moon. Take a moment to direct your awareness and to direct energy towards your third eye. Allowing the pressure of your hands to begin to activate this space. Beginning to trust your own intuitive capabilities. And then gently lifting up the gaze. I'm going to slide the hands back under and lift the hips up and back again. Let's make our way onto our bottoms. And we're setting up now for caterpillar pose. Okay, and as you find yourself in your caterpillar, the knees can be bent, legs extended, and we're going to grow tall through the crown of the head and fold in as you let the upper body completely melt over the legs, rounding the spine, allowing the crown of the head to come down. Your hands can face upwards or down for grounding. And as you breathe here, just allowing yourself to melt further inward. Taking this time to ask ourselves, how can I explore my inner depths a little bit further? How can I carve out time to tune into my emotional messenger? Taking a moment to observe the emotions that might be arising for you in this moment. If these emotions could speak to you, what would they say? What would they want you to know right now? And then when you're ready, we're going to gently unroll the spine, finding our way back up. And we're going to turn to face the long edge of our mat now. You might like to roll up each side of your mat. We're heading into frog pose, so that extra support might be necessary for the knees. The other option is to grab a folded blanket. You can just fold up a blanket a couple of times, making sure that it's nice and long like this, and setting that down here. So we have two options here for our frog pose. Our first option is to take the half frog. So you're going to set yourself up into a Sphinx variation, legs extended behind you, arms out in front, and then you're going to take your one knee up. So knee in line with hip, and then ankle in line with knee. You can stay here, or you might take frog variation with both knees bent. So I like to start in child's pose with my knees, so walking my knees apart, bringing the big toes together, and then drop the arms down in front here. We're then going to start to walk the heels out in line with the knees. Take your time here. We can always go further. We don't need to reach our full capacity right away. Infusing that archetype of Cancer once again, that sense of nurturing ourselves. What feels nurturing in this pose at this time? And just beginning to observe the sensations that arise for you here, observing any resistance. How can you you settle in deeper in presence with yourself, can you connect and honor and welcome all the sensations that come up here? How can you be more fully present with yourself? How can you be with every part of you? If you've taken the half frog variation, you might like to swap sides now. And if it feels right, you might like to take some gentle movement here, maybe some rocks forward and backwards. Again, we take this time to explore our body, explore the depths of our body, the depths of our emotions. And taking a few cleansing breaths here, connecting to that life force energy. And then when you're ready, we're going to walk the big toes back together, slide them together if they were apart, and then gently walking the hands back as you sit onto the heels. So just walking those knees back nice and slowly. And then we're heading for Shavasana. So grabbing a blanket if you were using a blanket, or if you have one, grabbing a blanket to keep you warm as we come to lie back. And then taking your spine down to the mat, hugging the knees into the chest. Let's take this final moment to really nourish and nurture ourselves. You might give yourself a little hug, drawing the knees in. And just taking a moment to remember that we are worthy and deserving of nurturing, nourishment, of care. And if there's any final movement you'd like to take, you can do that now. And then when you're ready, beginning to place the legs flat on the mat if that feels good, or the knees can be bent. Rolling the shoulder blades back, the palms can face down or upwards. Tucking the chin down to lengthen the back of the neck. Eyes can be closed or softly open. As you settle into Shavasana, I invite you to reflect for a moment under this new moon on when you last felt centered and balanced. Take yourself back to that moment. Who were you with? What were you doing? How are you feeling? And perhaps you might like to set some new moon intentions around bringing more of this feeling into your everyday life. Gently bring your way back up into any comfortable seat. And take a moment to thank yourself for carving out this time to come home to yourself. This time to explore your inner depths. Finish with a deep cleansing breath together by bringing the palms together in front of your heart. And as you inhale, sweep the arms back and up overhead, bringing the palms to touch. And exhale, bring the hands back to your heart space. When you're ready, you can blink the eyes open. I pulled a card for us today for this new moon in Cancer, and the most amazing message came through. The card is Deep Rest, and it shows a girl kind of being held by a water body full of lilies. And it just looks so peaceful and calm and rejuvenating. And this card is all about shifting gears, recharging and repair. And this card just could not be more aligned with Cancer season and the new moon. So this is really an invitation to carve out time for rest, reflection, relaxation, pouring more energy back into yourself so that you have energy to put outward into your home and the people around you that you love and you want to nurture and nourish too. But all of this has to start with you first. So I really hope you enjoyed this practice. I'm going to pop some journal prompts in the description of this video as well if you would like to take a bit of time to dive deeper into this inner landscape, this inner emotional depths of yours as well. So please let me know how you found this video, and I look forward to seeing you in the next class. Thanks for joining. Speak to you soon.